and then support your local people. Hey,
Please
Lucia
do.
D just walked in. I think she's going to be sending her in one of her rap videos or something to try to get on
You're
there.
gonna submit one?
Yeah, drop a 16.
Yeah, so back to this struggle that as an artist. No, you dropped your single, and when you were dropping your single, was there any consideration of I got to eat, and what are people gonna like, and what my message is gonna be, and what might blow up, and you know what I mean? Do you think about that, or is it just
Like
you know
me?
what? I'm just gonna do my thing. If
I'm just
people
gonna
like
do my
it, great.
thing,
If they
yeah.
don't, well,
That's
I did it.
that's my. It's not even that. That's just my mentality on life. Like,
Yeah.
I know my walk. I know where I'm going. I know that I'm a good artist. I know people accept me for who I am. So I already knew my whole end game, my whole result. I already knew that we were gonna go to Cuba, shoot that video. Because like I said, we could sit here and waste money, but I'd rather let's go on a plane, let's shoot the video. So at the end of the day, for me and my walk, enough is enough, and that was my time. So let's just do it. Let me show the world what I can do, what I'm capable of.
Do you think this generation understands the difference between a firecracker and a light bulb when it comes to the industry?
No,
No?
I don't think
Not
so.
at all.
Because if they did, a lot of them would have been evolved a lot more.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot more than just staying in your area and knowing what you know. But the world is such a beautiful place. So if a person shows you the difference between a firecracker and a light bulb, and they're willing to show it to you, go see it. Don't just be like, no, that's the same.
And it's gonna open up a door for you.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of people who come out and who sort of think they know it all, they know this already. You can't really teach me anything.
That's life. No matter what workforce you're in, no matter what you come across, that's
Everybody feels
people.
that way.
Everybody feels that way, right? So especially even in hip hop, what we do, we come across it all the time. We have people. You have people like yelling at me and cursing at me, and at the end of the day, and I have to always sit there, smile, and be calm, and then I'll be like, "Hey, go talk to this guy."
And I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to talk to them.
Because if I do, I'm gonna knock it out.
That's exactly the conversation we just had. That was the conversation
Go handle
word
it,
for
you
word.
know? But at the end of the day, you have to keep it business, and I'm only human too, right? But at the end of the day, if I show weakness to them, then I'm showing not control. I can't control my company. I can't control what it is that we're doing. So, but it comes across like that with everybody.
I know. We sort of made light about this a second ago, but a lot of times I think artists, they don't fully understand the support staff that they need around them. So for somebody's giving you attitude or whatnot, it's very easy for you to sort of snap, but you have somebody around that you can say, hey, you know what, I need you to go and deal with this because I can't right now. Being able to have the right support group around you in order to not just be saying yes to everything that you're saying,
But to get ahead in
but
life.
even to be able to say no to you and push back and call you on your stuff whenever they need to. This generation seems, I think, some of the things that I've experienced with some people, they struggle with that. So how do you guys balance that? Is you just punt it off to him all the time and say you got to deal with him, man?
No, not all the time too. Not all the time.
We're like yin and yang.
Who do you pass it out to?
We're like yin and yang.
It's more of but at the end of the day too, it's not always like that.
Yeah.
Right? It's how you come across as an individual too.
Yeah.
Because that guy might be having a bad day, and everything that I've tried in my power to say, he's not hearing. You get what I'm saying? So let me hand it down because maybe the other person could relay the message better that he could understand. And then after he understands it, then he'll come to me and be like, excuse me, my bad. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like, it is what it is, no matter what. It's an energy, because So You Think You Crap Canada is just nothing but positive energy. And once they get to know us at first, because everybody's coming into it not knowing us. So they're coming in with their block mentality. I'm from the street, I'm from wherever area. So they're already coming with that poise. But once they realize that, hey, I can't be like that, there's cameras, there's people watching, and they snap out of it, So
another comment online, how do you keep the younger folks sort of focused? How do you keep them in line? And to be true to their own message as opposed to being lured away by the glitz? Can you?
I don't even know how to do that. I don't even know how to do that. I just know our.
Because you turn on, they go to YouTube, or if anybody watches TV anymore, and you turn on videos, and all you see is the bling, 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 right? All you see is a level of glorified crime. You see all this stuff, and a lot for the younger guys, they might think that's it. That if I can do that video, if I can be that lifestyle.
I guess there's power in numbers. So we need more people like yourself, myself, Sasha, Eb, and all of these big people that are doing stuff to come together and keep making these platforms for them to see that there's another way.
Yeah.
Right. So, for example, back in the days, like when I grew up at Regent Park, there was all kinds of basketball nets back in the day.
Yeah.
You could go play basketball anywhere. Yeah. So now what did they do? They took away all the basketball courts, put skating rinks. So now the black guys ain't gonna want to go play basketball. So now it's easier for those kids to go pick up whatever they gotta pick up and do all of these bad, unnecessary things because they're taking away from our music in our schools, our extracurriculum. So more people like us that come together really and give them that outlet, give them that pull, and take away their non-focusedness and focus. Here, this is a keyboard, this is a camera, this is how you use a DJ equipment.
Yeah.
And then I think they'll be more focused and doing the right thing,
I know that there's just the three of us. Yeah. We're sitting here right now, so, and Shadi just walked in, so there's four of us in the room. So between you and me right now, right? So what would be some of the advice you would tell some up and coming rappers who they think they got this?
Get your team straight.
The contest or like
just in general?
Rap in general?
Yeah. Get your
team straight. Our team that we have, we're like you were saying, it's all about the people that you have as your support. So if I get big-headed, he brings me back down to earth, right? Yeah. And the same vice versa.
Pops that bubble.
You'll pop that bubble real quick. Right? So it's like we keep each other level-headed and grounded and keep ourselves focused, right?
Yeah. Put yourself around positive energy. Don't be around that negative energy, especially in the day and age that we live in right now. There's already too much negative energy.
Yeah.
So if we could change the way we think, even down to the way we eat. I'm not a victim. I'm a victim of bad eating too, but I used to eat good, but I find the more you eat bad, it's those chemicals that messes up the way you think, your feelings, take your vitamins, all these little type of things making a big difference as your soul of a person. You know what I mean? So good energy, put yourself around it. Know what you want in your life from what you don't want. The minute you could understand those two, then I think you'll be good,
So having a right team around you and knowing what it is that you're
positive
why
energy.
you're doing this positive. All right.
Like don't second guess yourself. Don't let nobody tell you can't do it, because at the end of the day, the minute that they told you that and you thought it, you're the one who stopped yourself, not them. Wow, this guy told me I can't do it, so now I can't do it. I can't make this beat. God damn.
People don't like to try to live their dream, right?
Live your dream, man.
Sorry, say that again.
People don't try to live their dream, right? They don't. You could see all the negatives in regards to what your dream is, like the stumbling blocks, instead of seeing your actual dream and just going after it. So.
Living your dream, eh?
Yeah, it doesn't matter how old you are, the age is. You're only as old as how you feel at the end of the day. So think positive.
So you aside from so you think you can rap? You dropped your single. You said you got a studio that you're working with people. Like, you guys have day jobs?
No, this is my day job. I stopped working for in a minute, and I just I don't believe in. So, for example, if you work today and you're the boss and you got paid today, and I got to work and get paid in 2 weeks, I don't like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not that type of person. I want to get paid the same time you get paid, because if it wasn't for me doing that work, you wouldn't have got that check.
It's too complicated for me to pay you now. I'll pay you later.
But for me, it was I got to make my own way. I believe work for yourself, because at the end of the day, we're in a society where you should be self-sufficient. We're not worker ants. When they showed us that movie Ants and A Bug's Life and all of these things.
It's real though.
No, it's real, but pay attention to these movies. So I tell even my kids, my daughters, my sons, work for yourself. Be self-sufficient. Be a boss. Be that 1%. Get that money,
you know, we've covered quite a few things today, but spending money on yourself as an artist, how important is that? Do you find
Vital.
that do you find that there are a lot of people who are willing to do that, or is it that they're more looking for other people to sort of do
Other
that
people
for
to do
them?
it for you.
They want handouts, they want money for their video, they want money for their marketing, they want money for whatever it is that they need, but they won't put it in themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and then when you tell them no, then they
disappear.
disappear and they act all of this way. But I find that you're only going to be taken as serious as what you're putting into yourself. Like, you know, so if you look like a bum and you're saying you're in the trap rapping and you make all this money, but you're looking like a bum, who's really believing that?
Yeah.
You know, so live your life in accordance to who you are and put into your craft. You know.
To me, that's not even really an expense. That's just like eating.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
eating. It's what you're gonna do, what you need to do. Right?
Yeah.
So
And don't never look at it as a loss,
Yeah.
because if you're a business and if you do what you're supposed to do right, you'll get that back at that tax year because you're a business. Register yourself, do everything that you're supposed to do. When they give us our, like, for example, even our social insurance number, all of our names in our alphabet are under our letters under our capital letters, meaning we're a business. So from the hop, we're a business, so we're an entity. Take who you are seriously, but nobody's gonna take you serious.
What would you say is one of the biggest misconceptions that you see a lot of the rappers that come to you? What are some of those misconceptions that they sort of walk into this with?
That you're gonna get a Maserati in your rap video.
yeah, that they're a star. That they're already.
Well,
a
they can
star.
pay for it.
Yeah, you could pay for it, but it's not. It's like, why are you gonna pay for it? Like you're gonna rent it, but then you're not driving it to go home. So that's an
Yeah, no one's
illusion.
gonna see you in that same
Yeah.
car. Like,
So why are you lying right now? Be real to yourself, you know.
a lot of these guys, they think they're stars already. Like, I remember one dude we had at the tournament, and he told somebody like, "I want you to bring your A game because when I beat you, I don't want to have no problems." And he didn't even show up.
Yeah,
Like,
he
didn't even show up to the first one.
the way he was talking, I was like so amped to see
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
performance.
Oh, really?
Because he talked
the
the
way
most.
he was talking hard.
Like he saw a few performances and thought, you know what, I'm out.
I'm out. He made excuses, all kinds of stuff.
Guy
but-
texted us saying he broke his arms.
Broke both his arms.
Yeah, but it's okay.
You don't need his arms to rap.
No, but no. It was
So that's one of the biggest misconceptions. Is
They
they
all
think,
think they're stars already.
yeah.
so another misconception is too that they feel, because I'll give you a perfect example. Like me, I'm a friendly guy. I get to know them, and just because I spoke to you one or two times, they have this conception where, hey,
Right now.
can I win? Can you just like
Yeah.
hit me up, or
There's
like,
$50.
or you're like, hey, Tone, I'm gonna be late. Can you pick me up from the GO station? Like, dude, I don't talk to you on a day-to-day basis. You're not my friend. Like, no disrespect, but you're an entity. My job is to be here and handle this. Your job is also to be here. So no, I can't pick you up.
Yeah.
Like, so that conception to me
You're
is
not a
like,
nice guy, man.
I'm a great guy.
They're looking for some help, and you're like, no.
Listen, somebody's there to win 5,000. Okay, you can't just leave that other person there.
No, it's not even. It's just being real though. Because at the end of the day, the way I look at it is like I said it again, take yourself seriously. If you don't take, and maybe even if you would have called me 3 days previously and arranged it properly, then I would pick you up. But don't expect that I'm supposed to pick you up.
Like a show or something.
Like I'm the taxi. No, we're the people who are giving you guys the money if you deserve it,
But
so,
it's your show. If you want me to be there, you'll pick me up.
no,
You want
that wasn't
$5,000?
that wasn't in the, maybe next year we'll get and sponsors if they want to give a van and we could go around and pick up everybody, but no.
Listen, you tell me that I can win $5,000. I'll get up early in the morning and be there for late. You tell me it starts at 10. I'll be there at 8 a.m.
If you're just joining us right now here on the Patrick O'More Show, iLive Radio, sitting next to me is Tone Kelly and Theo Bentley. We were talking about So You Think You Can Rap Canada, and they're actively taking submissions right now. If you are a aspiring rapper, or if you know that you're Toronto's best rapper, then by all means you can get in contact with these guys. And this is So You Think You Can What's it? What's this?
So you think you can rap Canada.com?
All right, so you think you can rap Canada.com. You can make your submissions there. If you know somebody who you think is pretty good, who might be a little bit shy, come out and do that, then by all means you can submit them. Maybe you can do that too. I don't know.
And then that goes with the whole support thing we're talking about right there, because you're supporting your friend.
You know, we're got like maybe about 10 minutes left. Time flies.
It really did.
I'm telling you, time flies.
It really did.
You know, the industry has obviously changed a lot, and we did talk a bit about, you know, when hip hop first started, it was a conscious movement. It was about speaking about the life at that point in time, what people were going through and their struggles and all that wonderful stuff. And it's evolved now into really more just kind of a party thing. And do you think that we'll come back to the true essence of what hip hop is at some point? Do you think that the masses will wake up, sort of, or do you think that this is just the direction that hip hop is going?
Right now it's the direction based upon everybody and their grandmothers are artists, and there's not much people from, like, say, our era that's still doing music. So I think we just need the people that are doing it now. Like I said, Daniel, Son, Falcon Crest, they got a whole camp of people too that's preserving. It's almost like it's a sacred the last of the Mohicans. Like, you know, so it's like these guys are preserving it. But I personally feel like the more the game is being tainted with this new style of music, it can be lost. You know what I mean? But it's people that, like the underground hip hop radio stations, people like you, that keep it preserved, still with the new, but you preserve it too as well for the new masses to understand it, and it's just up to them if they want to understand it more too, you know.
Is there a focus for a lot of these artists that are coming up that they want to be on the radio? I know there was a point in time where, you know, if you got your song on the radio, that was big because, you know, you get the exposure, blah 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 blah, right? But radio now, terrestrial radio anyways, tends to kind of have their own format that's kind of dictated by, you know, certain individuals, whatnot. Is this still a focus for up and coming rappers today? Is to ultimately get on the radio type thing?
I would say again, it's what's success to you, right? Yeah. Because if you want to be Drake, you want to be on the radio. Mm-hmm. Right? If you're fine doing your tours and you have your following, like you said before, and people are hearing you, and you're just out there on spot, like you're pushing your own stuff, and you're generating it, you're doing good, right? Mm-hmm. So I mean, again, it all depends on where you want to be, I guess. For me, at least, that's how I see it.
Yeah,
I agree. Still, so what you want to do as your individual, you know, so you could want to be signed, not be signed. How far are you willing to go? At the end of the day, too, if you're an underground artist and you're trying to get on the mainstream radio and all you do is swear, and your songs ain't that way, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have to, like I said again, you need to know what it is you want out of this game as an artist. Like, you know, like me, even for me, I do this new style of rap, but I'm an old school guy, so I'll talk about what's going on. And like all this stuff, like we just were in Jamaica, we shot the video that we shot was called I Know, and the whole concept of that is like, no matter what we're going through in life, everything is gonna be fine, type stuff, you know, and relaying a positive messages through hip hop, even though it may be coming across as to other people a gangster rap, but it's not gangster rap. Like, listen to the message, like, you know what I mean? And a lot of our hip hop music does have good messages. It's just how you relay it and what walk of life do you come from. Are you on the other side of the fence where your grass is green and you have that perfect life, so you will never understand what this guy is going through over here? So your music over there is going to totally be different than the music over here, because you guys are all about partying and that good life. But the guy over here is about that real street life or whatever it is. Like Mobb Deep, Biggie Smalls, Tupac, that's their walk of life. That's so you would get that kind of music, and that was still good music, you know?
Do hip hop artists today understand the influence of other music on the hip hop genre?
I think they do, because a lot of them sample a lot of the old school music, and they even do it. Like even that guy, A Boogie with the Hoogie. Look back at it. Wasn't that a Michael Jackson song? Like one of the lines that he took, that was a Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But they want to ban Michael off the radio.
But to be honest, I feel like music goes in cycles. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like depending on where people are, where the society is at that time, is what people are going to want to listen to, right?
Yeah.
So if you like 9/11, when 9/11 happened, everything got real conscious at that time. Everybody was like, "Where's the love?" Right?
Yeah.
And then after that, they wanted to party again, so Puff Daddy came back, right? So it's I figure it's like a cycle.
Yeah.
Right?
Just a cycle. Right? So it's gonna come back at some point.
And just like he said, he did that song he did in Jamaica, and that's a positive song. Like that's a real positive like.
But it's like it's not what you do; it's how you do it. Like
yeah.
at the end of the day, right? You could.
We were talking earlier about my son, and he produces, and I remember there was a point in time when I think it was maybe 12, 13 at the time. The only thing he listened to was hip hop, and he wanted to make hip hop. And I kept saying to him, I go, dude, just hear me out here. You need to expand your mind a bit, and don't just listen to hip hop. Listen to some rock. Listen to some classical. Listen to a broader range of music, because the more you learn, the more you know, the more you have to pull from. Yeah. When you're being creative. Do you find a lot of these guys today do that, or do they just stick to the hip hop and that's it?
I think a lot of them do, and they just don't realize it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of them grew up with parents like our age too, and a lot of these younger kids, our parents, they're our age, so they grew up listening to the music subconsciously and not even knowing where they're getting it from, because you grew up listening to it. I like hip hop and R&B because my mom listened to it. Yeah. So when I hear certain songs from back in the days, I go back to that and I'm like, oh, nobody did this. Let me try to sample this. Let me put my take on it.
Yeah.
And also these new guys, I think it only goes hand in hand,
And to be an artist, I think you have to love all music.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Right? Like you either you just listen to music where you choose a genre that you like, or but if you're an artist, you probably listen to everything.
We got, I don't know, like 3.5 minutes left. And in those minutes, we talk a lot about music, obviously. What are some of the songs that sort of influenced your life when you were growing up that you would say, if you had to create, if somebody was creating a playlist of your life, what would some of those songs be?
Right now, the playlist of my life would be my album Every Day, All Day. That's dropping September 9th.
Go get it.
Well, no, seriously.
No, I can understand that because you're spending so much time creating it, right? Every day, all day. Right now, that's my playlist.
Real. So, like, the other one, too, that I really like on that is I Know, the one that we did in Jamaica. Because there was a point in my life where I was down, I was negative, things weren't working for me. You know what I mean? And I just came into this whole positive light and thinking everything will be okay. Then my life started picking up and doing good. So when I made that song and I listened to it, it's like, yo, for real, bro. Like, you used to be here, now you're in Jamaica and you shot this video. Like, think how much time and how much good things and growth you've done.
Yeah.
So for me, I Know that's my favorite song, and that'll be dropping next month.
Nice. What about you, man?
I like so much music. I can't. You'd have to tell me. I'd have to pick a moment in time and remember how I felt and listening to at that time. But there's like a ton of music. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where my music. Right, our team.
Okay. How about this? If you could work with one artist, alive or dead, who would that one person be?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe Mike.
Yeah,
and Mike Prince.
Still
Prince.
Mike, even though everybody said
I don't care. Hey, listen.
They hate on the
great. I don't know.
Michael didn't touch me.
I don't.
That's all that matters.
I wasn't there, but he.
That could be a song,
Probably.
He didn't tell you. Oh my. Michael didn't. But you can't deny he made hits.
Or even like say Muddy Waters. I liked it's like old Motown.
Really?
Like Muddy Waters.
Oh wow, Smokey Robinson.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because at the end of the day, that's like when the that's when hip hop really started.
Marvin Gaye.
Like, you know, to me, because of the drums, the soulfulness, you know. So
So those were artists you'd perform with. Right. Those are artists you would perform with.
I'd love for them to just work with me. Like, just work with me, sit in the room with me. Eh? You don't have to talk, just breathe.
Just be there. let me just absorb the energy.
Yeah,
something.
let me just get your air that you were breathing. Maybe I might get that greatness in me.
Definitely want to thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me this Sunday afternoon.
Thanks for having us, man.
It's definitely been a pleasure. So you think you can Rap Canada? They're taking submissions right now. You can go to their website. So you think you can rapcanada.com and make your submissions. And by all means, you can nominate. You can send in information about other people. Maybe you get their permission first. That might be a good idea. But you can get someone else to check it out. June 29th is going to be the first round. When are you closing off the submission?
June 14th.
So June 14th. So make sure your submission is in before June 14th. Definitely, like I said, thank you guys for hanging out with me this Sunday afternoon. It's been a pleasure. Lucia D is going to be coming up next doing her thing. And you're giving me 30 seconds to count down? Thanks, Lucia. How about those Raptors?
Raptors in 5. Raptors in 5.
Yeah,
and make sure you guys go check out Sass Drip on YouTube and all the social media platforms. Check out Every Day All Day. Shout out Get It Done Productions. Shout out Sasha Schultz Publicity for hooking up this interview.
Great. Thanks for hanging out with us. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon. Take care.
Bye.
Have a good one.
This is Felicia Temple, and you're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio.